Hi, this is Nancy L.T. Hamilton. I'm back, and summer is not as hot anymore. Thank God the fog came in. I'm not dripping all over the place. Sorry about the last video. Anyway, today I'm going to go back to the basics and talk about something that I've been getting a bunch of emails on, and that's cleaning metal. How do you clean metal? So today I'm going to show you two of the ways that I clean unfinished metal, not it made into a piece of jewelry, and then show you how to clean jewelry that you have finished that has a stone in it and has its polish on it. So follow me. Okay, here we are with three different types of problems you can run into. This is a heavily oxidized little piece of, and dirty piece of, what is that? Brass. And this one is pretty clean to the appearance, but when I put water on it, you'll see what happens here. See how that water balls up? That means there's a lot of oil and or grease or dirt on here. So if you're going to do enameling or etching or soldering or gluing or anything, you need to have clean metal surfaces. And one of the ways that I use to clean it is with this fabulous product placement here. And this stuff is great because it doesn't have any bleach in it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a little paste of it. There's already a little water in here. And I'm just going to stir it up with my finger. And then I'm going to put it on top of this. I'll do it on both of them here because I want to do two ways of cleaning this one here because this one may need a little extra work. So you can go in and use a toothbrush if you want, like this, or a fingernail cleaning brush. But I like to use my finger because, like I said, there's no bleach in here. You don't really have to wear gloves. We've all washed sinks without gloves too with Comet, and that stuff has bleach in it. So I'm going to do a little corner here on this one. Scrub, 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 scrub. You can see how skanky that metal is because it's all gray and dirty. So now I'm going to rinse this stuff off, and now I'm going to show you what we're going to be looking for with clean metal. How you know it's clean. Okay, remember how that water beat it up? Do you see how it's not? That's clean. This is called sheeting. Water sheets on the metal, it doesn't ball up on you. And you can see the color difference here on this highly oxidized surface as opposed to using the pumice powder over there. You can, not pumice powder, but Bon Ami. You can also buy pumice powder from jewelry supply places, but frankly that Bon Ami is pretty cheap and it's readily available and you don't have to send away for it. So also I forgot to show these, I love these things. These Scotch-Brite pads are also wonderful to use with scrubbing metal, and it's the same concept. If you've got sharp edges or something, you might want to use this too so you don't cut your fingers. It's also good for working with a piece like this, or you can go in and get the edges, turn it on its edge and get around in the groove. This has got a piece of polymer clay in it that is not finished at this point. Now, so they say this stuff doesn't scratch. Well, if you had a mirror finish pendant or something on here, I would not use this cleaning method for finishing a piece that's completely shiny, because I don't care what they say, there's grit in here, and I would imagine that it's going to take off that shiny finish. So there's a different technique for cleaning a finished piece. This is just for metal prep. Now I'm going to show you the second way that I clean metal. And usually when I have a piece like this, I am a pretty lazy woman, as you've probably figured out. The easiest thing for me is the torch. So we're going to come over here. And I've got a piece of fine silver that has a little liver of sulfur stain on it, and I want to get that clean. And I also have that piece of copper that I want to clean. So I'm going to turn on the fan, so it's going to be a little noisy. I always vent my torch. Torch on! Woohoo! Okay, so generally you can either put it in a kiln at 1,000 degrees, or you can just heat it up to a little less than the annealing temperature. 1,000 degrees is what they say, but I usually just do it to about annealing. So that's okay there. And here, I'm just going to go in until I see the color disappear. I do this sometimes if I liver something and I hate the way it looks with the liver of sulfur patina. Okay. So at this point, you're going to quench it. The fine silver, this is metal clay, does not go into the pickle pot because it will absorb pickle. It'll be tough to get out and it'll eat it from the inside out. But the copper, I'm going to put in my pot here. Rinse any drippings off my arm. That's baking soda and water. Excuse me. He's always in the way. And then within a matter of seconds, you should have a clean piece of metal. Oh, look, a little piece was hanging out of the edge. Just, that's, like I said, baking soda and water, and this is just kind of clean water. It's got a bunch of blue copper particles floating in it. I need to change it. And then, what I would do at this point, is clean this off. And then just brush the surface, because there's always this little residue that occurs on copper. And you have really clean metal, and you can check it with the sheeting method again. And see how it just runs off, it's not balling up. So that's the basics on cleaning raw metal or unfinished metal, and I'll just come back and show you how to clean finished pieces in a minute. So I kind of forgot to mention, if you do use the torch method to clean brass, you will end up with a copper surface on it. Now, I did a video back on household ingredients in the studio, and one of the methods for cleaning this stuff called, it's copper flashing, is to use equal parts of pickle and hydrogen peroxide. And within 5 minutes, that copper will be off your brass piece. By the way, if I get these copper, brass, and silver mixed up, just remember, senior moment. Okay, now I'm going to go back to showing you cleaning. This is a finished piece. It doesn't, I don't do anything with it really high polish or very infrequently. So I'm going to pretend, once again, that this is high polish and if this was real shiny, and let's say I had a piece of turquoise in here or an opal, some fragile stone. This is one of the ways to clean it. You don't want to necessarily use an ultrasonic, because a lot of the chemicals in an ultrasonic cleaner have ammonia in them, and that's a really harsh chemical. What I'm going to use here is straight from the bottle Castile soap. This one is from Trader Joe's, and this one is Dr. Bronner's, who's the original Dr. Bronner's. And I'm putting it on a soft toothbrush, and I'm just going to go in and scrub really well the metal. By the way, I forgot to say this, but this is probably the most important thing, is start out with very clean hands. Pretend you're going into surgery and scrub them with a degreaser, and don't touch your face while you're working with this stuff, because your face spreads. Your face has a lot of oil glands in it, and it will get all over. So once you get your hands pretty clean, you don't really have to worry about transferring grease, because you don't have any oil glands in your hands. Ow, stabbed me. So basically, you just soap it up really good with the brush, and I don't have hot water out here. You should use the hottest water you can stand, because that helps the anti-grease stuff in the soap work better. And that's how you clean made jewelry. And you always want to clean your jewelry before you send it out to the world, and also before you wear it, because we use a lot of caustic chemicals in our work, and it's not fair to ourselves or anybody else to make them wear them. End up with little rashes. So that's my little quickie on how to clean metal, and I'm going to be talking about patinas in our next video. So ciao dudes. Bye.